Senator Romney.
I agree with much of what Senator Von Hollen has just described. I come away feeling that there's ought to be a pox on both our houses, both Republican and Democrat houses. There's a quote I love by, I think it's H.L. Mencken, who said, to every complex problem, there's an answer that's simple, clear, and wrong. And the idea that somehow we should reduce the number of audits and the number of IRS agents, and that's going to make us more money, is simple, clear, and wrong. It's a demagogue approach, which is, I think, designed to say, hey, we want to get people to vote for us because we're going to promise them they can cheat in their taxes because there won't be any audits. I mean, it's just disingenuous. At the same time, I'd note, I saw the chairman's chart with all these lines of all this complexity. I can assure you, as someone who's been involved in an entity that probably looked similar to that, that's not designed to save taxes or to cheat on taxes. It's just the reality of what happens if you are making multiple investments. Let's presume, for instance, you're an entity that buys houses. You buy homes, and you're going to rent them to people and then ultimately sell them. And you bought 1,000 homes. Each home would represent a different line on that chart. They're purchased at different prices. Perhaps different investors joined you to buy different ones of those homes. Maybe there was a foreign investor involved. Maybe there's a not-for-profit involved. So each of them has to get their own, if you will, tax form with what the income is, what the expenses are, what the taxes are. That's the complication of investments made by entities that are making lots of different investments in lots of different places. Now, I recognize as well that a lot of those machinations that go on in the corporate world in particular are done to minimize taxes, but to do so in conformity with the laws we have written. It's not that they're trying to cheat, it's that they're trying to follow every possible avenue to keep their taxes as low as possible. So I'm one of those who believes very deeply in carrying out audits, hiring enough IRS agents that we're actually getting as much revenue back as we possibly can. I would also strongly believe that putting in place systems makes a lot of sense. I would note that with regards to your research, being able to have people call the IRS makes a lot of sense, although the calls are overwhelmingly going to be people of modest income. People of high income, I mean, I remember when I was a student, I was calling the IRS to get advice on a number of things, but as I became far more financially well off, I talked to the accounting firm that I worked with, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and they were the ones that were doing these kinds of machinations. I did not make any more calls to the IRS because my questions were too complex for someone that would be answering the phone at the IRS to.
Good morning, friends. This is important news for all Americans that currently receive or plan to receive Social Security benefits. President Biden has officially nominated former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley as a new Social Security Commissioner. O'Malley has promised to address two key Social Security issues, though several lawmakers do not agree with his plans. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for more details on this. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, simply click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Also, please make sure that you do stay tuned because I'll be announcing the winners of yesterday's giveaway. Social Security's leadership has been in flux in recent years. In 2021, President Biden fired then Commissioner Andrew Saul. The president has now put forward former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley as his nominee to complete Saul's unfinished term, heading the Social Security Administration, which extends through January 19, 2025. Martin O'Malley appeared at a confirmation hearing before the U.S. Senate Committee on Finance last week, and he talked about some of the key changes he wants to make to Social Security. In his opening remarks to the U.S. Senate Finance Committee, O'Malley said that throughout its long history, Social Security has never missed a benefit payment and has paid beneficiaries with a high degree of accuracy. He also stated, for all its historic strengths, we must acknowledge that Social Security faces a customer service crisis. O'Malley pointed out a couple of examples of the federal program's customer service problems. He noted that seniors calling SSA's toll-free support must wait on hold for an average of 37 minutes. The former Maryland governor stated that individuals applying for Social Security disability benefits have to wait an average of 220 days for an initial decision. In addition, they sometimes must wait as long as 2 years to appeal a decision. According to O'Malley, this poor customer service experience is not acceptable. He told the Senate committee that Americans should be able to easily get face-to-face meetings with Social Security employees. O'Malley cited his background as a mayor and governor in improving organizations. However, he hinted early in his prepared remarks what he believes the underlying issue is with Social Security's customer service problems. He said the truth is, today the Social Security Administration is serving a 50% increase in beneficiary customers with the same levels of staffing they had in 1995. SSA's attempts to recover overpayments, which were made to beneficiaries, have received a lot of negative publicity in recent months. O'Malley was asked about his views on this topic by several members of the Senate Finance Committee who had expressed concerns. He stated, "It's been heartbreaking reading some of these stories about people who were targeted by SSA for overpayment clawbacks." O'Malley especially sympathized with individuals who owed money through no fault of their own, and for whom the administration had not seemed to take into account their personal circumstances. The Biden nominee also specifically mentioned Social Security's actions to recover overpayments made related to crisis relief. He called such attempts an outrage. O'Malley committed to correcting these problems. Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown has questioned O'Malley about limits on the amount of assets that SSA allows beneficiaries to own. Those limits currently stand at $2,000 for individuals and $3,000 for married couples and have not been adjusted for inflation in decades. O'Malley agreed that these limits were a leading cause of the overpayment problems and represented a huge administrative burden for the SSA. He also stated that legislation to increase the asset limits would absolutely not only be the right thing to do for the recipients, it is a right policy, but would also reduce the administrative burden that Social Security has to go through. If he is confirmed as Social Security Commissioner, there is one glaring thing that O'Malley cannot do anything about on his own. That is, prevent Social Security from going insolvent. This issue makes Social Security's customer service and overpayment problems pale in comparison. O'Malley addressed the elephant in the room during his testimony before the Senate committee. He said that it was Congress's job to pass legislation to help Social Security avoid insolvency. He also committed to supporting bipartisan efforts to bolster the program's finances. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community. I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway every Friday. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Vivian McKeithen and Jasmine Borjaquez. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message.